Welcome back to Grammar Grade 7. This is Unit 6, Lesson 41, and it's the last lesson of the unit. Today, we meet the words that join ideas together and the words that burst out with feeling. We'll cover coordinating conjunctions, correlative conjunctions, and interjections. By the end, you'll know how to link equal parts, how to use conjunctions that come in pairs, and how to punch off a word of emotion. Let's get started. So, what is a conjunction? A conjunction is a joining word. Its job is to link things together, sometimes single words, phrases, or sentences, and sometimes two whole ideas. Whatever it joins, those parts then work together as one. In this lesson, we'll meet two teams of conjunctions, the coordinating and the correlative. And then we'll turn to a lively little word that shows feeling, the interjection. The first team is the coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating means they join parts of equal rank, two things that matter the same amount. The main ones are short and familiar: and, but, or, for, nor. Two more: so and yet, join in the same way too. Each one links two equals, whether those equals are single words, longer phrases, or complete sentences. Coordinating conjunctions are builders. They let you double up the parts of a sentence. Join two subjects and you get a compound subject. Rain or snow will fall tonight. Join two verbs and you get a compound predicate. The kite dipped and soared. Join two objects and you get a compound object. We packed lemons and limes. In every case, the little conjunction is gluing two equals together: two subjects, two verbs, or two objects. Best of all, a coordinating conjunction can join two complete sentences into one. Watch. The storm was loud, but the cabin stayed dry. The first half stands alone as its own sentence, and so does the second half. We link them with a comma plus a coordinating word, here the word but. That gives us a compound sentence, two equal ideas writing side by side. The second team is the correlative conjunctions, and these are fun because they always travel in pairs. You use two words, one early and one a little later, and together they do the joining. Here are the common pairs: both and, either or, neither nor, and not only, but also. Notice how the first word sets the idea up, and the partner word completes it. You can never use just half of a pair. They work as a set. Let's see a correlative pair at work. Not only did she paint the mural, but she also framed it. The pair here is not only, joined with but also. See how the two partners wrap around both halves of the sentence? If you drop one partner, the sentence tips over. So the rule is simple. Keep both partners and let them frame the two ideas together. Now for something completely different, the interjection. An interjection bursts out with emotion. It shows feeling: surprise, joy, pain, or relief. But here's the twist. It has no grammatical link to the rest of the sentence. It isn't the subject, it isn't the verb, it just stands apart. Words like oh, wow, ouch, hooray, oops, hey, well, and alas are all interjections. Because it stands apart, we punch it off from the sentence with punctuation. How do we punch off an interjection? It depends on how strong the feeling is. For a mild, gentle feeling, set it off with a comma. Listen. Well, we can try again tomorrow. That comma gives a little pause, nothing dramatic. But for a strong, sudden feeling, end the interjection with an exclamation point. Wow, That view is incredible. Feel the difference? The comma whispers. The exclamation point shouts. So match the mark to how strong the feeling is. Time to practice. In this first set, decide whether the joining word in each sentence is a coordinating conjunction, working alone, or a correlative conjunction, working as a pair. Pause the video and choose before I reveal the answer. Neither the bus nor the train was on time. Look at the joining words. There are two of them working as a team. Neither and later nor. A matched pair like that is a correlative conjunction, so the answer is correlative. We can hike the ridge or follow the creek. Here, there's just one joining word, or, and it links two equal choices all by itself. A single joining word like that is a coordinating conjunction, so the answer is coordinating. Both the coach and the captain gave a speech. Watch for the pair. The word both sets it up, and the word and completes it. Both and is one of our correlative pairs, working together, so the answer is correlative. In this second set, we focus on interjections. For each item, decide which mark the feeling calls for, or which word is the interjection. Remember, a mild feeling takes a comma, and a strong one takes an exclamation point. Pause and decide before I answer. Hooray! Our team finally won the title! Feel the energy in that word, hooray. This is a burst of strong excitement, not a gentle little pause. Strong feeling calls for an exclamation point, so the answer is the exclamation point. Well, I suppose we could wait a little longer. Say it out loud. The word well here is soft and thoughtful, a mild little opener, not a shout. Mild feeling takes a comma, so the answer is the comma. Oops, I left the oven on. Which word is the interjection? Left is the verb, and oven is a noun doing real work in the sentence. But oops shows a flash of feeling and has no grammatical link to the rest. So the answer is oops. Let's gather everything up. A coordinating conjunction, and, but, or, for, nor, joins parts of equal rank, whether they're words, phrases, or whole sentences. Correlative conjunctions do the same joining, but they come in pairs, like both and, either or, neither nor, and not only but also, keep both partners. And an interjection shows feeling, but has no grammatical link to the sentence. You set it off with a comma for a mild feeling, or an exclamation point for a strong one. That wraps up Unit 6, and the whole world of prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. Wonderful work. I'll see you in the next unit.